Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Rom English Podcast. I am Jennifer, and I am so happy to be here with you today on our YouTube channel. How is everyone doing?
And I am Michael. Hello to all our regular listeners, and welcome if you are new here. Jennifer, before we start today's main topic, I have to ask you something. You look a little bit, let's say, tired today. Did you stay up late?
Oh, Michael, is it that obvious? Yes, I did. I was watching a new series on Netflix, and I thought, just one more episode. But then it became 2 a.m. This morning, my alarm felt like a physical attack. I've had 3 cups of coffee, and I still feel like a zombie.
I think we have all been there. I had a similar night last Tuesday. I was trying to finish some work, thinking I was being productive, but the next day I couldn't even remember where I put my car keys. I was grumpy, slow, and I made so many mistakes.
It's a terrible feeling, isn't it? That brain fog where you just can't think clearly. And that leads us perfectly into today's topic, the importance of a good night's sleep.
Exactly. Many of us treat sleep like an option, something we can cut if we are busy. But the truth is, sleep is a necessity, not a luxury. Today, we are going to talk about why sleep matters, what happens when we skip it, and most importantly, how we can all sleep better starting tonight.
Michael, some people say, I'll sleep when I'm dead, or sleep is a waste of time. What is actually happening in our brains when we close our eyes?
That is a great question. Science tells us that sleep is not just turning off the body, it is an active process. Think of your brain like a busy office. During the day, you create a lot of mess, papers everywhere, trash on the floor.
So, sleep is the cleaning crew?
Precisely. While you sleep, your brain uses something called the glymphatic system. It literally washes away toxins that build up while you are awake.
Wow. So, if we don't sleep, our brains are basically full of trash the next day? That explains why I feel so clogged when I don't sleep.
Exactly. Also, there is memory consolidation. Your brain takes everything you learned during the day and moves it into long-term storage. If you study for 10 hours but only sleep for 2, you'll likely forget most of what you studied.
That is such an important point for our English learners. If you want to remember new vocabulary, you need to sleep to let those words stick in your brain.
Let's look at the dark side of not sleeping. Jennifer, besides being grumpy, what have you noticed happens to you when you are sleep deprived?
My hunger. I notice that when I'm tired, I don't want salad. I want pizza, donuts, and chocolate. Why is that?
It's actually biological. When you don't sleep, your body produces more ghrelin, the hormone that makes you hungry, and less leptin, the hormone that tells you that you are full.
So, my brain is literally tricking me into eating junk food because I'm tired.
Yes, and it gets worse. Long-term lack of sleep is linked to serious problems, heart disease, diabetes, and a weak immune system. You get sick much easier because your body hasn't had time to repair its defenses.
I also notice it affects my emotions. Everything feels like a big deal when I haven't slept. A small problem feels like a disaster.
That's because the amygdala, the emotional center of the brain, becomes 60% more reactive when you are tired. You lose your filter, so you get angry or sad much faster. It's bad for our relationships and our mental health.
So, we know it's important, but why is it so hard to get those 7 to 9 hours? For me, it's my phone. I lie in bed and tell myself I'll check Instagram for 5 minutes, and suddenly an hour is gone.
You are not alone. The biggest enemy of sleep today is blue light. Our screens, phones, laptops, TVs emit a light that tricks our brain into thinking it is still daytime.
So, it stops the sleep hormone?
Yes, melatonin. When we see blue light, our brain stops producing melatonin, so we stay wide awake. Another barrier is stress. We lie in bed and start thinking about work, bills, or that embarrassing thing we said 3 years ago.
Oh, I do that every night. My brain decides that 11 p.m. is the perfect time to solve all the world's problems.
Yes, exactly. And the final big barrier is caffeine. Many people drink coffee at 4 p.m. or 5 p.m., not realizing that caffeine stays in your system for up to 8 hours. Even if you fall asleep, the quality of your sleep is much lower.
Okay, Michael, let's get practical. I want to feel energetic again. What are the steps to fixing our sleep?
Let's break it down into a simple plan. We call this sleep hygiene. Step 1, the 60-minute rule. You must turn off your phone and all screens 60 minutes before you want to be asleep. No exceptions. Use that time to read a physical book, listen to a calm podcast, or write in a journal.
That's hard, but I'll try. What if I use my phone to set my alarm?
Put it across the room. Don't keep it next to your head. This also forces you to get out of bed to turn it off in the morning. Step 2, the caffeine cutoff. Stop drinking coffee or tea by 2 p.m. Switch to herbal tea or water in the afternoon. Give your body time to process the stimulant.
Step 3. Create a sleep sanctuary. My bedroom is also my office sometimes. Is that bad?
Yes, your brain needs to associate the bed with only two things, sleep and relaxation. If you work in bed, your brain stays in work mode. Also, keep the room cool and dark. Your body temperature needs to drop slightly to fall into a deep sleep.
Step 4. The brain dump.
To stop the racing mind, keep a notebook by your bed. Write down everything you are worried about or everything you need to do tomorrow. Once it is on paper, your brain feels it is safe to stop thinking about it.
You know, Michael, listening to you makes me realize that I have been treating my body like a machine. I expect it to work 24/7 without a break. But I'm a human being. I need rest to be a good friend, a good worker, and a happy person.
I feel the same way. I used to think that sleeping less made me a hard worker, but actually it just made me a mediocre worker who was always tired. When I started prioritizing 8 hours of sleep, my creativity went up and I started enjoying my life more.
It's a form of self-love, isn't it? Giving yourself enough sleep is saying, I care about my health.
Exactly. It's the best free medicine in the world.
This has been so helpful. Let's summarize the main points for our viewers.
1. Sleep is active. It cleans your brain and saves your memories. 2. Lack of sleep is dangerous. It leads to bad eating habits, mood swings, and long-term health risks. 3. The blue light is the enemy. Turn off screens 60 minutes before bed. 4. Consistency is key. Try to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends.
Thank you so much, Michael, for sharing all this great advice. I am definitely going to put my phone in the kitchen tonight and read a book instead.
I'm glad to hear that. And to our viewers, thank you for returning to the Rom English Podcast. We hope this episode helps you get the rest you deserve.
Please leave a comment below. Tell us, how many hours of sleep do you usually get? And what is one thing you will change tonight?
Don't forget to like and subscribe if you found this helpful. Sleep well, everyone.
Good night and goodbye.